Carmen moved around the bedroom getting herself together, while Devon sat on the edge of the bed, phone pressed to his ear, his free hand resting on his knee. "I haven't heard back from them yet," he was saying, "but I got another interview tomorrow morning." He listened for a moment, and whatever his mother said on the other end made him exhale quietly through his nose. "Mum, you keep telling me to sign up with agencies, but those jobs aren't stable. I need something certain. I need to..." He caught Carmen out of the corner of his eye. She was pulling on her jacket, keys already in her hand, giving him the look that meant she was heading out. He held up a finger and pulled the phone from his ear. "Hold on, Mum. Hey," he said to Carmen. "Can I call you back?" He put the phone back to his ear. "All right, I'll let you know how it goes." "I love you too. Bye." He hung up and looked over at her fully now. "I was just going to meet up with Veronica for a little bit," Carmen said, adjusting her bag on her shoulder. "You're not working today?" "My deadline isn't until tomorrow, so I have some time." He tilted his head slightly. "What about the shop?" Carmen glanced away for just a second. "The shop's been slow. I'm trying to pick up some more freelance work to make up for it." Devin nodded, taking that in. "Oh, all right." He stretched and glanced toward the window. "I might head out too in a little bit. Hit up a couple places, catch up with Brian." "Okay." Carmen moved toward the door, then paused. "So I'll see you later tonight?" "All right, babe." She crossed back to him, leaned down and kissed him, and then she was gone. The door clicked shut, and the apartment settled into silence around him. Devin sat there for a long moment, not reaching for the remote, not picking up his phone. Just sitting. His eyes drifted across the room until they landed on the folded piece of paper on the nightstand. The eviction notice. He stared at it the way you stare at something you've already read a dozen times, but keep hoping will somehow say something different. It never did. He leaned forward, elbows on his knees, and pressed his hands together, turning the problem over in his mind the way he'd been turning it over for days now, looking for an angle he hadn't tried yet. He was still looking. Carmen made it to her car and got in, but she didn't start it right away. She sat in the quiet for a moment, the kind of quiet that has weight to it. Then she picked up her phone and scrolled slowly, like she was looking for something she wasn't entirely sure she wanted to find. She landed on a number. Her thumb hovered over it. She pressed call. Then she ended it before it could connect. She sat with that for another second, then kept scrolling until she found a different name. This time she didn't hesitate. It barely rang once before the other end picked up. "Veronica?" Carmen's voice came out low and controlled, the way it gets when she is working very hard to keep it that way. "No, no! How could you do that? Why would you give him my number?" She listened, jaw tight, fingers gripping the phone a little harder than necessary. "Where are you? Are you by the shop?" A pause. "Okay, I'll meet you at your house." She hung up, started the car, and pulled out into the street without looking back. Carmen didn't knock so much as announce herself. 3 sharp raps on the door that said everything her voice hadn't gotten the chance to say yet. "I'm coming, I'm coming." The door swung open and Carmen walked in without waiting for a full invitation, her energy filling the apartment the moment she crossed the threshold. Veronica stepped back and let her through. a look on her face that sat somewhere between guilt and the careful optimism of someone hoping things wouldn't go as badly as they probably were about to. She knew Carmen. She knew that walk. "I can't believe you did that," Carmen said, turning to face her. I know. I'm sorry. Just let me explain. Please, come in, sit down." "Why would you do that, Vicky?" Carmen's voice had that edge to it, not quite a shout, but not far from one either. "Especially knowing how Devin is." "I promise I can explain." Carmen moved to the couch and sat down, arms folded, posture rigid. Veronica, grasping for any way to soften the temperature in the room, gestured vaguely toward the kitchen. "You want something to drink?" Carmen looked at her. It was the kind of look that didn't require words. Veronica nodded slowly. "Okay, I'll take that as a no." "It's not funny," Carmen said. "I'm being serious right now." Okay. Veronica sat down across from her and took a breath. "Let me tell you what happened." She paused, gathering herself. "You remember when you were with Sergio and I was seeing his cousin Joey at the time?" Something shifted in Carmen's expression. She uncrossed her arms slightly. "Yeah, I remember him. They called him Jojo." "Right. Well, he came by the shop." Carmen blinked. "Who? Jojo? I thought Joey was locked up." "He was," Veronica said, and despite the circumstances, a small smile crept onto her face. "But he's out now, and even finer than he was before he went in." Carmen stared at her. "It hasn't even been 5 years." "I know. I guess they let him out early. Something about good behaviour." She waved a hand. "He probably cooperated with somebody, but honestly, who cares?" Carmen cut in, already ahead of her. "How did Sergio end up with my number? That's what I want to know." Veronica straightened up. "Right. Okay. So before Joey left, he started asking about you. And I just told him the truth, that you were practically married, just without the ring. Then he mentioned that Sergio was coming into town on business and that he wanted to see you." She paused. "Now, I already knew Sergio would probably just show up on you if he had the chance, so I reached out to him myself. I told him to call you first. That way you could tell him where your head was and whether you even wanted to see him." She looked at Carmen carefully. "So I gave him your number." Carmen exhaled. "Damn, Vicky. I know you're mad, and you have every right to be. But Carmen..." Veronica leaned forward a little. "You and Sergio have history." "Yes," Carmen said quietly. "History I would very much like to forget." "You don't mean that?" "Yes, I do." Veronica shook her head. "Carmen, Sergio did a lot for us, for both of us. If it wasn't for him and Jojo back then, we could have ended up in a very different situation." Carmen looked away. When she spoke again, her voice had lost some of its edge, and what replaced it was something older and harder to name. "Sometimes I think about that, and I don't even care anymore." "Why?" "Because every time I..." She stopped, let a beat pass. "Every time I think about everything I gave to that situation, everything I did, and then he just walked away like I was nothing, like I meant nothing." Her voice stayed even, but the weight behind it was unmistakable.